This is a 7 News on Your Side special, 2021 Sports in Review.
Welcome to our look back at the year in sports for 2021. I'm Scott Abraham, alongside with Olivia Garvey.
Sports at their best unite us, giving us mutual touchstones and sources of commonality that may not otherwise exist. The COVID-19 pandemic isolated so many of us from the people and activities that we truly love.
Thankfully, 2021 saw us getting back to playing and watching sports in a more traditional way. And while we're still not back to normal, we've come a long way from 2020.
Excitement, enthusiasm, euphoria.
2021, the year fans returned.
Being back from the pandemic finally, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy.
April, opening day. There's a baseball game being played today inside Nats Park. For the first time since the 2019 World Series, fans were back inside Nationals Park.
We're excited to have the fans back, and I think it'll be special for everybody. It lifts everybody's spirits.
And while capacity was limited, it felt like a full house after playing an entire season in near silence.
The Wizards and Caps were next as Capital One Arena opened their doors to about 2,000 fans.
I think we could have left the house really when we woke up this morning. Kind of Christmas in, what is it, April?
By late summer, things were looking even better as the Washington football team held training camp in Richmond, with plenty of fans in the burgundy and gold right there with them. Are you excited for training camp?
Oh yeah, we're excited. Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm just glad to be back out of the house.
Ever since COVID, it's nice to have everybody come here and see what this is all about.
In addition to the usual sights and sounds of football, daily walk-up vaccination clinics were also available to everyone and anyone.
I was nervous in the beginning, then I was just like, it's here, why not?
The real breakthrough for normalcy came in the fall with the removal of capacity restrictions. Fans filled FedEx to see Washington kick off their season.
Are you ready for some football? Yeah! Oh, they are ready. Friday Night Football was alive and well once again. The Capitals threw a block party on F Street to celebrate their opener.
And to be in person and have everybody be able to be here, not on limited seats, it's amazing.
And arenas were filled with the frenzied energy that only college arenas can possess.
Are we all the way back? No, but each day we get a little closer.
That was incredible. So high school football, right? You wait all week to watch football under the lights every Friday night in the fall, and 7 was definitely on your sideline throughout an incredible 2021 season.
Yeah, Livy, as you know, there is nothing like those Friday night lights. And for the past year here at 7 News, we were committed to giving you the best high school football coverage in the region. At times, it was strange and a little different, but it was great to be roaming those sidelines again. It was a high school football season unlike any other. Because of the pandemic, Virginia played their 2020 season during the spring of 2021.
It feels amazing because we're lucky to have a season going on with other schools and all this pandemic going around. It's an amazing feeling.
Maryland and D.C. schools did not have a 2020 season. Virginia made it through the spring with strict protocols.
We talk all the time about, there's no growth without discomfort, but I tell the kids, just go around, fly around, have fun.
The players, the coaches, all had a blast. But along the way, there were some bumps. But champions were eventually crowned.
I'm really grateful that the state allowed us to play.
I have one question for you. Are you ready for some football? Yeah! Oh, they are ready! Then in the fall, the 2021 high school football season, for the most part, returning to normal. All the teams from the DMV returning to the field. The fans, the cheerleaders, and even the mascots were back too. Meet Rammy the Ram. Hey, you guys gonna win tonight? Oh, Rockville, Poolsville. We're gonna get you set with Rammy next. A true Friday night atmosphere again.
When we were at South Lakes to open up the season and they had a big crowd there, and when we came out onto the field, we got booed pretty loudly. After playing a whole year with limited crowds and not having anybody around, it just kind of was like, wow, we're back.
such a fun and long season. Certainly congrats to all the players and coaches. On the soccer field, the Washington Spirit had quite the adventure this season. There were plenty of distractions away from the pitch, but that couldn't stop this group of women from reaching the mountaintop.
If you watched the Washington Spirit this year, I'm sure you learned what it looks like to have strength and resilience. Like you said, Scott, they had a lot of distractions on and off the pitch in 2021, but to overcome it the way that they did is inspirational, to say the least. The underdogs. That's the exact name the Washington Spirit lived with in the 2021 season.
I think it'd make a pretty good film, documentary, anything, because it's a very cool story.
It was a season full of struggles on and off the field for this team.
It's been such a wild year in the NWSL, to say the very least, especially at this club.
From COVID-19 to ownership battles and head coach Richie Burke being fired, this team would come together to overcome the adversity they endured.
The fact that we've come so far and the fact that we've put all adversities to the side and done exactly as we can has kind of just been, a very eye-opening experience for all of us, and kind of just shows how these Cinderella stories really do happen.
The end result, these strong athletes would be named the NWSL champions for the first time in Spirit history.
A lot of people either left us or got behind us, and we're so grateful for all the Spirit Squadron and our fans for getting behind us and getting us through the tough times.
This is a season they will never forget, and a team that will be talked about with the utmost respect for years to come. They either left them or stood behind them. We stood behind them. We always believe in the Spirit. A great run. Congratulations, ladies. A well-deserved and earned championship. Stay with us. There's plenty to come as we look back at the year in sports.
Last year at this time, I wasn't planning to think I was ever going to play again. So when I come here every day, I'm thankful for the opportunity.
Taylor Heineke's story seems to be straight out of Hollywood. His impossible journey to Washington is coming up.
Plus, thanks for the memories and a world championship. The Nats have started assembling the building blocks for another playoff run by saying goodbye to a few fan favorites.
Welcome back to our look back at sports in 2021. All right, let's just put it this way. 2021 was nothing like 2019 for the Washington Nationals, not even close. This past season was a year of change for the franchise.
It's the biggest change I've seen in a long time with a Major League Baseball organization, Scott. Mike Rizzo surprised us all on July 31st when trading away Scherzer and Trey Turner. But just know, in doing so, they're looking ahead at bringing a championship to this city once again.
And the Nationals walk off the Braves on opening day.
For the Washington Nationals, 2021 would be a season of change and growth.
Unbelievable, folks.
COVID-19 would get in the way of opening day, and the trade deadline came and big moves were made.
It's been tough saying goodbye to everybody. But, these guys will all have a special place, not only here for the city of Washington and the National fans, but definitely a special place in my heart.
It's been a tough couple of days. And yesterday was probably as tough a day as I've had as a general manager. We're going to take a small step backward to take leaps forward. And I think that and we're going to be a tough team to play in the very near future.
This isn't the Nationals you all remember from 2019, but the hope is they develop now to be champions again.
These guys got to come out and they're going to play hard. We're going to continue to play hard, and we're going to try to go 1-0 every day. I believe in these guys, and they know that.
And with change, sometimes comes the biggest goodbyes. Ryan Zimmerman likely saying farewell to the game of baseball and the Washington Nationals.
I feel very lucky to be able to have played my whole career here. Like I said, grow up with these fans. It's been my pleasure, I guess is the best way to put it.
2021, the year the Nationals started from the bottom, and now we wait for them to reach the top. Well, the 2021 season for the Washington football team has been quite a roller coaster ride, full of highs and lows.
Yeah, the roller coaster ride that is the Washington football team. Don't we say it every week, unfortunately? And while we're still not sure how the ride is going to end, one thing is for sure, win or lose, quarterback Taylor Heinicke has woven himself into Washington football lore. January 2021, Taylor Heinicke gets the start in the NFC wildcard game and almost pulls off the impossible before ultimately losing to the eventual Super Bowl champs.
Essentially, that was kind of a job interview, and I feel like I killed it.
He may have lost the game, but Heinicke won over the fans in the front office, landing him a 2-year, multi-million-dollar contract. Not bad for a guy that was out of football and sleeping on his sister's couch just weeks earlier.
It's easy to give up. It's easy to quit. It's easy to listen to those people. But again, it goes back to my dad. He was the one that kept on pushing me.
The fairy tale story seemed to be over when Washington signed Ryan Fitzpatrick in the offseason. But a Week 1 injury to the veteran thrusted Heinicke back into the lineup.
Yeah, it's been a roller coaster throughout the last, year and a half. But again, I come in every day. It's a new day.
Uneven performances followed, but the gritty QB always showed just enough something to keep everybody intrigued.
You know, some guys have an innate ability to create some enthusiasm. You know, he plays a little bit like his hair's on fire. He plays a little bit, like a gunslinger.
At 2-6, the team and Heinicke were all but counted out. That's when the QB defied the odds again, reeling off an incredible win streak to get Washington back in the playoff picture.
You know, last year at this time, I wasn't planning. I didn't think I was ever going to play again. So when I come here every day, I'm thankful for the opportunity, and I just want to try and prolong this career as long as I can.
So how will this story end? Who knows, but Heinicke's story will live way beyond 2021. What a journey for Taylor Heinicke. You certainly have to admire his drive.
That's a journey right there. It's incredible. Well, there was plenty of non-quarterback news for Washington this year. The team got hit with a major fine and has a major shakeup in the front office.
Plus, Alex Ovechkin makes a deal to stay in Washington while he chases hockey's ultimate record. My one-on-one conversation with the Great Eight when we come back.
Well, the Washington Capitals are always a team you feel like you can just count on every time. And there's also one player on that team that never seems to let anyone down. His name is Alex Ovechkin.
Yeah, Livy, as Alex Ovechkin gets older, I'm even more convinced that he's a machine, the Russian machine that never breaks. Seriously, though, Ovi's playing like he's 25 again this season, becoming a serious contender for the Hart Trophy given to the NHL's best player. I sat down with the Great Eight. How happy are you that the whole contract nonsense out of the way? Is that kind of a boulder off your shoulders and now you can just focus on hockey and not worry about kind of the peripheral stuff?
Yeah, of course. It's very important for me, for my family, and for all the city and our organization to make it done, and it's all good.
How proud are you that you can finish your entire career as a Washington Capital? Because that's so rare this day and age, Alex.
Yeah, this is our goal, and this is to do that kind of stuff because, how I said, I love this city, I love this franchise, and I love the fans, and I want to finish my career here.
I know you're probably sick of this question, but you're going to be asked this probably for forever.
Day by day.
Wayne Gretzky.
Day by day.
How did you know I was going to ask that?
I know.
Honestly, are you sick of the question?
Yeah, because I did 5 interviews and 5 questions, same question. So just day by day.
Do you think about it a lot, or are you just kind of taking a short-term approach?
Yeah, let's just move forward and see what happens.
You're so original with that question.
The Russian machine that doesn't break. I mean, he doesn't crack under pressure. I tried pressing him. Gave me nothing.
Day by day.
Yeah, day by day.
Hey.
But I tell you this, Livy, I can't wait to get that front row seat as Alex Ovechkin gets closer and closer to catching Wayne Gretzky. Yeah. So it'll be fun to watch, obviously. Hey, back to the Washington football team. Under head coach Ron Rivera, there has been progress, there has been growth. But off the field, this franchise still plagued with plenty of issues.
Scott, it seems like those off-the-field issues just kept growing and growing in 2021. Don't get me wrong. Good growth happened and positive changes were made, but that doesn't mean their problems are far from over. In late June, the Washington football team announced a major shakeup, naming Tanya Snyder co-CEO. Now, the move makes her one of the few female chief executives in NFL history. Then, just 2 days later, Washington announces that Dan Snyder will step away from his day-to-day duties, and Tanya Snyder will now be in charge of day-to-day operations. On that same day, the NFL hits the franchise with a record $10 million fine after a year-long probe into the team's workplace culture. It's far from a closed matter, though.
We asked the NFL to release this on multiple occasions. You know, the only difference I can see is that we're dealing with an owner here, not a player.
The NFL does not release a written copy of the investigation despite requests from the attorneys representing the 40 women who made allegations of sexual harassment while working for Washington.
Is it more anger you feel or sadness?
I think it's a drive. It's neither sadness nor madness or anger. It's a drive. You know, I'm ready for this fight because it's bigger than me. But again, it goes into the accountability. And honestly, to me, there has been none.
All right, still ahead on 2021, a sports year in review. The Washington Wizards undergo a major facelift.
Boy, did they. Plus, I always knew our region was full of athletic talent, but the number of athletes from the DMV that represented our country in the Tokyo Games was simply staggering. That's next. Stay with us.
The 2021 NBA Finals between the Suns and Bucks had some local flavor thanks to Phoenix head coach Monty Williams. Long before he was the coach of the Suns, Williams was a star at Potomac High School in Oxon Hill, Maryland. He still has a lot of fans in the area, but none bigger than his mother.
Joyce, what has it been like seeing your son on those sidelines of the NBA Finals?
It's a humbling experience, but I am so excited for Monty.
What do you think makes Monty such a good coach?
Monty is a good listener. And I know as a leader, you have to listen to your players. And I think he's done that very well. He's a good leader. And I think just being humble about the opportunity that is upon him. You know, I think he's grateful for all that God has given him. So I know those are factors that has made him to become what he is today.
Even though they lost to Milwaukee, you know Monty Williams and those Phoenix Suns will be in the mix again this season. And hey, how about our very own Washington Wizards? This franchise going through a big makeover in 2021.
A makeover is the best way to describe what this Wizards organization did in 2021, from a new coach to a few new faces. But let's go over how this Washington Wizards team got to where they are today. 2021 started with a COVID outbreak in the Wizards locker room.
So we haven't practiced in 9 days. So we had 8 guys, so it wasn't much, but we did the best we can. It's definitely a tough situation, but there's nothing we can do.
But the team caught fire, winning 15 of their last 21 games and breaking NBA history.
And there it is, history.
Just be mentioned with guys like Oscar, Magic, and Jason Kidd, and I'm truly grateful for moments like this.
But with a decisive first-round loss to the Sixers, it was time to shake things up.
Why don't you think it worked out here with Scott Brooks?
So I wouldn't say it didn't work out. I just think it's time to move on.
Enter Wes Unseld Jr.
This is truly an honor to get an NBA head coaching job, and certainly for it to happen here makes it that much more special.
Then a blockbuster trade sending Russell Westbrook to LA for several players.
It's given the Wizards more depth, and I think it's not a good move. I think it's a great move.
And the summer was not all grand for All-Star Bradley Beal, who had to miss the Tokyo Olympics due to COVID-19. However, Beal returned and the season began, and the Washington Wizards transformed into one of the beasts of the East.
When I think about it, I really have to take a deep breath
to check myself to believe that it's happening. This is a basketball town, but you got to give them a consistent winner. And this is a taste of winning now. And that's why the fans are all jacked up.
The new and improved Wiz hope 2022 turns out to be a season where they are contending deep into the playoffs. Well, we waited a long time to see the Tokyo Olympics. It was postponed in 2020 due to COVID-19. And from what we saw this past summer, I'm thinking it was worth the wait, Scott.
Yeah, Olivia, I was absolutely amazed at how many athletes from right here in the DMV competed in Tokyo. So inspiring and not in the least bit surprising. This region, a hotbed for some of the best athletes in the world. Empty stadiums, face masks, and social distancing. Those were the themes for the 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games, which were held in the summer of 2021 because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Once again, Bethesda native Katie Ledecky shined on the world stage, winning 4 more medals in the pool.
Proud of Team USA and happy with my own performance as well.
The DMV, a hotbed for swimming and well represented in Tokyo. Phoebe Bacon, Andrew Wilson, Andrew Seliskar went to the Olympics. Arlington teenager Tori Husk brought home a silver medal.
The number one thing is always making sure that you swim fast. I feel like it's just, you have like a responsibility kind of to your country to perform.
A positive COVID-19 test sidelined Wizard star Bradley Beal's Olympic dreams. But DeMatha grad Jeremy Grant made the team, helping Team USA win the gold medal.
To be able to kind of look back and think all the things that I've been through to accomplish where I'm at now, it's an amazing feeling.
On the track, Alexandria native Noah Lyles won a bronze medal in the 200-meter dash. Westlake High School grad Christina Clemens competed in her first Olympics, even sporting some earrings that caught the eye of Doritos.
I love Doritos, so I was like, why not? Like, it's crazy. Somebody called me Cool Ranch Clemens.
Cool Ranch Clemens, one of my favorite interviews all year long. And with that, we can put a close on the year in sports for 2021.
And what a year it was. Through the good and the bad, sports is something that brings us all together, and I can't wait to see what happens in 2022. Thanks for watching, and happy holidays to you all.